it, fellas. Gotta go earn it today.
Pats versus Colts. Let's do it.
Week 10, Indianapolis put their undefeated season and 17-game regular season winning streak on the line against their perennial nemesis from New England. Billed as the game of the year, this matchup between two AFC powerhouses lived up to all expectations and gave us more. The Pats would roar out in front, holding a double-digit lead late in the second half, but Indy would rally back and find themselves with a chance to steal victory, helped by one of the most controversial coaching decisions we've seen in many years. It's the Patriots and Colts in an instant classic right now on NFL Replay.
Colts starting from the 10-yard line. And off the play fake. Dallas Clark makes his 61st catch of the season. Out to the 36-yard line on a first down. He breaks out of a Brandon McGowan tackle, a 25-yard gain.
Well, Rodney Harrison probably is not going to like this one very much. Anytime you give Dallas Clark a free release, you are asking for trouble down the middle of the field. That has been the game plan of the Patriots in past years. Hit him and hit him again. That time they missed.
From the 35 now. Against a New England defense that, what else is new, will show Manning every look in the books tonight. And they hand the ball off to Adai. Manning goes back, and that catch is made, and that is Pierre Garçon getting position. He got in front of Lee Bowden, who has come over to the Colts after several years in Cleveland and then last year in Detroit, and was able to reach back toward Manning and make the grab. First down.
One of the things we talked to Peyton Manning about was the idea that he knew they were going to take away Reggie Wayne, knew they were going to try and take away Dallas Clark. He really felt like that Pierre Garçon may be positioned to have a big night.
From the 49-yard line. Manning deep down the left side and making the catch and staying in bounds at the 27 is Reggie Wayne. Merriweather and Wilhite were right there. Wilhite with the coverage and Merriweather coming over for safety help, but it's good for 25 on a great grab by number 87.
Jonathan Wilhite has to be thinking, are you kidding me? How can I have better coverage than that? And Peyton went up and quick snapped it.
And there's a whistle. And there's also, I think, going to be a challenge before he could snap it. Belichick was right there. Scott Green is the referee.
New England is challenging the ruling on the field that it was a completed pass.
We think the ruling on the field is going to be upheld. Reggie Wayne getting both feet in, and in effect, you'll see it might even be 3 feet in, because there's one. He drags the right foot as he has control right there. 2, and then just for good measure, that foot is also, we think, in. That it won't matter though, because what Scott Green is going to see is that angle and this one as well.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver got possession of the ball. Both feet, toe tap inbounds. New England is charged with a timeout. First down, Indianapolis.
And again, Chris, that's one of those things where normally, if they ran a normal offense, normal pacing, the assistant coaches upstairs could take a look at it. That challenge had to be made on the sideline by Belichick, by the seat of his pants.
Because Peyton Manning got him to the line of scrimmage and quick snapped the ball, he forced his hand.
First down, 26-yard line. This drive began at the Indianapolis 10. Manning fires over the middle, and that's going to be good for another first down to Dallas Clark. 4'4" at 6'2" and 325. Saturday gives away about 35 pounds. Second and 11. Good pocket for Manning. Has time. And that pass is a little high and incomplete. Pierre Garçon was the intended receiver, and Bowden covering on the play. It'll be third down and 11.
Toss one back.
3rd down and 11. They bunch 3 receivers to the right. Clark is to the left. Manning will set up a screen. Caught by a dive. Inside the 5. Touchdown Colts.
That was a good call. Obviously, those screen passes are kind of feast or famine. We ran it again later, and New England played it well. But on that certain situation, we caught him in the right defense and got it to Joe. Lyman did a good job blocking downfield. And the worst part about that play was the guy got injured.
Well, Peyton is just going to fake a screen out to the right and then come back across as Joseph Adai works back underneath. Beautifully blocked, and I tell you, for the Colts, that's what works when these receivers get down the field and get some blocks. That time, Dallas Clark with the difference maker.
When we come back, New England looks to answer back with a sustained dose of their rushing attack.
Left side, he's in. Touchdown, New England.
First down. Ball is at the 27-yard line. And the ball is handed off to the versatile Kevin Falk. Been doing his thing for 11 years with the Patriots. Sam Aiken is in the game. He's wide to the right. He's their number 3 receiver. And the ball is handed off to Falk. And Kevin fighting his way toward what he hopes will be a first down off a Stephen Neal block. And it's Brady who'll keep it himself and lunge ahead with a good thrust to the 40-yard line, and that will be a first down. Brady off the fake, has time, and in stride hits Randy Moss. And Moss with Bullock trying to take him down, but he can't bring him down until he gets to the 6-yard line. Perfect pass over the middle, threads the needle in stride, 55 yards, first and goal.
Well, all those running plays set up this. Linebackers are now stepping up on the play action fake, and you're able to get Randy Moss with a free release right down the middle. I'm going to suggest that's not a great idea for the future.
Early on, Moss, gave us some problems. He did indeed stretch the field and made some big plays on us. But, I think overall, when it came down to it, our guys settled down. They were able to control, I think, the passing game a little bit better.
When they've had success against Randy Moss, they get somebody out in his face and beat him up a little bit. When he gets long striding, tough to stop.
Maroney is the tailback. He swings to the outside, and Maroney will take it to the 1-yard line. He's tackled there by Clint Session. Second down and goal. Maroney again. And into the end zone he goes for the touchdown. So a 90-yard Indianapolis drive is answered very quickly in a 3.5-minute 73-yard drive by the New England Patriots. An extra point away from tying the game.
They bring in an extra offensive lineman over here, Mark LaVore, and he just gets the double team and gets them in. And boy, Lawrence Maroney, talking to him last night, he said, I'm tired of all the suggestions. I'm going back to what I know about running the football, and really it's paid off. He's been running much tougher lately.
When we return, the Patriots' big playmaker makes a play to silence the Indy faithful.
Got Moss. Moss got separation. Jumps, makes the catch. Touchdown, New England.
And they'll start with a run. And this is Kevin Falk going to the outside. After getting initially stopped at the line of scrimmage, he's able to break free. And Bethea is back there, and Mathis goes all the way back down the field to run him down after a gain of 29.
Well, one of the problems that you're going to have here, you've got Gerard Powers, a corner, coming up here and trying to make this play. Because of all the receivers on the field, it forces the Colts to go into this nickel and dime defense. But watch Robert Mathis. You talk about how much this defense hustles. How many defensive ends you ever seen do that?
good protection. And then a great catch by Randy Moss at the 21-yard line. Going to the outside, getting position on Bethea, and a 20-yard gain and a first down off a 3rd and long. Now in the final minute of the quarter, it's 2nd down and 19. That's Watson moving into the slot on the left. Fake to Maroney. Pass over the middle. Welker makes the catch. He gets it to the 15-yard line. So it takes Brady almost a quarter, but you know sooner or later he's going to find Wes Welker, who makes his team-leading 56th catch of the year. They got Julian Edelman, who's missed a couple of games with a broken forearm in the game at wideout. And the pass goes to the outside, and that is Isaiah Stanback, just activated, making the catch and picking up a first down. Stanback is wide to the left. 3rd and goal. And Brady's going to go down at the 14, and that's Robert Mathis. Mathis and Freeney had not put that much heat on Brady to this point. And a big sack on a 3rd and goal, 4th down now.
Robert Mathis sets up Nick Kazur outside. Dick then goes back inside and comes away with a sack. Huge play. That's the kind of pressure they're going to need tonight if they're going to have a chance against this Patriots offense.
Red zone woes continue for New England. Right now they're 26th in the league in red zone touchdown percentage. 31-yard attempt coming up here for Gostowski to try to give New England the lead, and he does.
Big players show up big in big games. And one of the game's biggest receivers did just that in his initial appearance in the Pats-Colts rivalry. With an undefeated season hanging in the balance, Randy Moss would haul in 9 catches for 145 yards and a TD in the Patriots' 24-20 win.
Send it out to Welker, and Wes Welker will pick up 12 yards on a screen to the outside, tackled by Gary Brackett.
One of the early stories in this game for me is Sebastian Vollmer, the left tackle who's playing for Matt Light. Here's a guy that grew up in Germany, was a soccer player and swam, and just didn't think it was quite physical enough for him, so he joined a local American football team, made the German national team and European all-star team, traveled to the States for the global championships and impressed so many people there that they had about 10 recruiters show up on his doorstep. Ended up going to Houston and then out playing in the National Football League against Dwight Freeney.
On 1st and 10, and Brady buying time, sends it deep down the field, and it is Moss making the catch and going into the end zone.
You know, he's a great player for us, and you play in these games, and he always finds a way to be a huge player in big games.
I absolutely love what they're doing here. Forget the corners. Go run your routes on the safeties. You got Antoine Bethea going straight down the middle of the field, basically having to turn and run against Randy Moss. Not happening. So Randy Moss against a safety, just an unfair competition. Tom Brady took advantage. Look at that catch.
After the break, the New England pass rush turns up the heat on a sputtering Indianapolis offense.
Peyton got buried.
It's 1st and 20 with the ball at the 14-yard line. Brown takes the inside handoff, and Brown gets to the 21-yard line. Second and 13. And over the middle, Brown is open. And Brown up to the 28-yard line. Gary Guyton makes the stop. So from a 1st and 20, they go down to a 3rd and 6 at the 28-yard line. 3rd and 5 from the 29. McGowan over defensively toward the middle, and look out, and Manning goes down. You've got a flag down as well at the 29-yard line on the near side of the field, and that was a free shot for Gerard Mayo.
Illegal shift. Offense, 2 men moving. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
And how did Mayo get that free?
Well, it ended up happening. Peyton Manning saw what was coming, a blitz look coming, so he brought Dallas Clark down in tight, but the play clock was running down, and on that play, Dallas Clark had to try and get on the line of scrimmage and get Reggie Wayne off. They were both moving, and they come up with the penalty. So the late shift by the Patriots got Peyton that time.
The play fake getting free is Ben Watson, and the tight end to the 21-yard line. Tom Brady, the inside fake out of the gun. That's good for 36 yards, and he's shredding the Indianapolis secondary.
Well, they shift coverages now, and Bullett's going to come down and play a single high safety here. And Tom Brady had the absolute perfect call on. Ben Watson goes right by him with that 4.5 speed of his. And right now, the Colts just have no answers for Tom Brady.
From the 16-yard line, here's Brady to the outside, and that's caught. That's going to be a first down. Chris Baker. Brady having a field day, has thrown for 223 yards in a quarter and a half. And that pass is incomplete. The coverage good that time on Moss. Looked like a little miscommunication as Gerard Powers with the coverage. And looking back was Moss as if to say, I didn't know you were going to throw me a fade.
Slant and go here. Watch this. He's going to come in, fake the slant. Watch the reaction by Powers. This kid's really something. I mean, he is really a good player. How many rookie corners have ever had Randy Moss assigned to him in a one-on-one situation? And so far, he's held his own. Now, the safeties have been getting burned, but he's done okay.
2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Moss splits to the right. Brady under pressure, avoids the sack, gets it away, throws to the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Julian Edelman. 5 plays, 57 yards. And that's 23 going on 24 unanswered points for New England. Edelman, a rookie out of Kent State where he was a quarterback, has just scored his first NFL touchdown.
Robert Mathis had a chance over here. He had Tom Brady, beats Nick Kazir and gets him in his hands, but Brady too strong, escapes, buys a little time, and finally finds Edelman. It was really the key to the play. You know, Tom Brady's not a fast guy. He's not a scrambler, but he is a guy that within the pocket has a great feel for when somebody's coming after him, just avoids, buys time, and you can imagine trying to cover somebody for 6 seconds at this part of the field.
With the defense on the ropes and his offense on its heels, Peyton Manning dials up his #1 target to put the Colts back in the game.
And it is caught. Reggie Wayne, touchdown Colts.
First down at the 20-yard line. Chad Simpson is the running back, so now they go to their #3 back with a die on the bench and Brown on the bench, and it's Simpson up to the 26-yard line. 3rd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. Short blitz and then back off. That gives Manning time, and the pass is caught by Wayne, and he's able to shoulder his way across the 30 for a first down before he's tackled by Darius Butler. They've got Wayne, and he'll be taken down after an 8-yard gain by 24. Jonathan Wilhite.
Well, the last play they brought Reggie Wayne in and then out. This time they're going to go out and then in. The Patriots, as they have done the majority of the times in the past, want to try and pressure these wideouts and get in their face.
2nd and a long one. Back to the ground now, and this is Simpson. fake. Manning has a ton of time. Over the middle, that pass is incomplete, but here come the flags. Pierre Garçon interfered with by Lee Bodden.
Interference, defense, number 23. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, there you had Pierre Garçon, the guy that Peyton Manning thought was going to have to make some plays, probably the fastest of these receivers. And Lee Bodden is going to grab the jersey there at the end, and when they see that little tug, they're going to call it.
That's a 19-yard penalty. First down at the 36-yard line. And Simpson inside the 30 picks up a first down. And who would have ever figured that Chad Simpson, who mainly runs back kicks, would come into the game on a very key drive with the team down by 17 and do the job. Just a cameo. 2nd and 10. Good protection. Manning to the back of the end zone, and it is caught by Wayne for the touchdown. Reggie Wayne, 20 yards. He beats the second-year back Wilhite, and on a drive that Indianapolis needed to cash in on, they get 7.
This time you're going to see the safety try and jump underneath. When Reggie Wayne went up the field, Peyton Manning kept looking left, and the safety kept drifting that way until he was completely out of position. Great job by Reggie Wayne getting those feet down, too.
Wayne left, Garçon right. That was the tight end on the right. And the pass is caught by Reggie Wayne for a gain of 6. They're spotted at the 30-yard line.
They're leaving Dallas Clark down inside here to help on protection. It's really widening Derek Burgess here.
Clark goes out into the pattern. The pass is caught. That's Wayne. They try to get out of bounds, but he can't. Clock keeps running. The ball is up at the 36-yard line, tackled by Wilhite.
Yeah. Reggie Wayne right out here, or Dallas Clark, I'm sorry, on the end of the line of scrimmage, stretching Burgess.
And now the pass, a short pass caught by Collie. Third down and 7. Manning out of the outside, intended for Collie, and that pass is incomplete. And now Indianapolis is in a situation where they're forced to punt. So knowing the math right here, you can still do a couple of kneel downs, and then on third down you just let the clock run out. No sense in Indy even calling the timeout right here. The teams will head to the locker room after a 38-point first half.
After falling victim to an aerial assault in the game's opening half, the Colts defense would look to stem the tide early in the third quarter.
And intercepted is it, yes, by Buffet.
Let's take a look back at the first half. The Colts struck first on Peyton Manning's 17th touchdown throw of the season. Manning would account for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns on 16 of 26 passing. Wideout Reggie Wayne would also have a big half, hauling in 7 receptions for 90 yards and a touchdown. The Pats would withstand the initial charge from Indianapolis, and by half's end would have a firm grip on the contest. Tom Brady would carve up the Colts secondary to the tune of 237 yards and 2 scores on 11 of 19 passing. And Randy Moss would come up big with 4 receptions for 144 yards and a touchdown in the game's opening half. Now let's send it back out to Indy for the second half.
27-yard line, first down. Brady begins by giving it to Maroney, trying to cut it back the other way. And Maroney is able to make something out of nothing. Second and 4. And that pass is caught. That's Moss, as if he was going to go deep downfield and then turns it out. Short route, has enough for the first down. 2nd and 10. And big hole for Kevin Falk over the 50. Stopped at the Colt 47-yard line. 15 yards for the guy who's been doing it for 11 seasons.
Yeah, we're also seeing pretty good run blocking here as well. Watch Sebastian Vollmer here set that edge. There you go, Kevin Falk. Have some fun.
First down to pass to Welker. And Welker, who leads all receivers, wide receivers this season in yards after the catch, showing exactly what he does right there, gain of 14.
Talk to Wes Welker. He calls these screen passes drive starters here. You've got 3 wideouts out there. If they don't present a third guy on the outside that time, but they late getting there, Brady just raises up and hits Welker, and that is his game. He is dynamic. I tell you, Al, my favorite part about watching this guy play is watching him block. Second only to Hines Ward in my book.
San Diego had him, and then they sent him to Miami after a couple of weeks, and then they wound up trading him to New England a couple of years ago. And Brady deep downfield to the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Bethea, and then Bethea, an ill-advised attempt to run it out of the end zone, turns out better than it should have. Once he starts to come out, he's committed himself, and he almost got knocked down at about the goal line. Randy Moss, the pass intended for him, and Bethea with a very big pick.
Boy, Tom Brady thought he made a great read here, and so did I when I first saw this thing. You're going to see this safety go this way, but Bethea is going to come back across this way and make the interception. I don't think Tom Brady ever saw it. He saw the safety on the left jump this thing, says, I've got Randy Moss wide open, and Bethea comes all the way across to make the play. Beautifully done.
On 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. And they give it to him. And the guy will pick up 4, getting to the 18-yard line. Gary Guyton makes the tackle. Manning moving to his left and throwing, and that is one-handed. A grab by Wayne, cutting across the field to the left sideline. He goes and makes the catch with Darius Butler, the rookie, with a coverage. 20-yard gain, first down.
Well, you pick on our rookie, we're going to pick on yours. Here we're going to put Reggie Wayne one-on-one. You see all the bump and run coverage all over the field. That was a brilliant throw and catch. This game's picking up, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. 38-yard line, 8 catches for Wayne. Fake to a dive, buys time. Manning going deep, and that's picked off at the 25-yard line.
That was a duck. I've never seen 2 balls come out of the hands of Peyton Manning like that. And we're talking about 2 of the last 3.
After the play, unsportsmanlike on the intercepting team, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Now after the interception, the pass is caught, and this is Welker, and again those yards after catch that he's noted for, up to the 25-yard line, and he picks up a first down on a gain of 13. Second down and 11. They do a nice double team on Freeney to keep him out of the play. And the ball is caught by Maroney up at the 31-yard line, setting up a 3rd down and 3.
Oh boy, Vollmer almost got had on that time. He ended up with a little help from his friend. Watch Vollmer on the outside. Freeney's going to get him with that spin move, but Logan Mankin saves him at the last minute. Just another form of double team on Freeney.
8:45 left in the 3rd. Patched by 10. 3rd and 3. Crowd imploring its defense to hold him, but they won't, because Brady loves to go to Welker, and Welker has a first down up at the 39-yard line. Brady hops up to the line of scrimmage and hits Moss as he escapes the pressure. And then Randy Moss is able to haul it in, and that's another gain of 12 yards and a first down for the Patriots. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Brady has now thrown for over 300 yards. And this is Falk. And Falk to the 22-yard line. Maroney is the back on 2nd and 7. Maroney again, and Maroney will set up a 3rd and short inside the 15-yard line. Under 4 to play. Big stop here for the Colts. And Brady has time and then throws, and that's going to be caught, and that's a first down. Chris Baker, picked up in the offseason, free agent from the Jets, tackled by Silva, and that'll set up a 1st and goal from the 8. And Brady to the outside, and that'll be caught. And that's Falk, who gets tackled by Clint Session, covering on the play. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Brady, 20 of 30 for 315. And Maroney will shove his way, and the ball is loose. The ball is loose, and it's going to be ruled a touchback. He loses the ball before he crosses the goal line.
You know, you play a good team, you can't miss good opportunities. You missed plenty of them today.
Philip Wheeler really did not play very well in the game last week, made a lot of mistakes, but he may have just saved the day for the Colts. This one was beginning to look like game, set, and match.
After a back-and-forth quarter number 3, New England would look to seize control in the 4th on another Brady to Moss connection.
Caught, touchdown, left side, Randy Moss.
From the 20-yard line, first down. And that was the end of an 87-yard drive, which ends with a turnover. New England's turned the ball over twice in the quarter. That's a die right there. Right now, New England's turned it over twice tonight. And the Colts have turned it over 1 time. And on 3rd and 5, that is caught, and Collie is able to reach across the 30-yard line and move the sticks. 6 defensive backs in on this set. And 3rd and 5. Manning's going to go down the right sideline and spinning around and unable to make the catch is a die.
Gerard Mayo is a young man that is a star in the league already. Not only does he have the ability to play the run, but you're talking about man-to-man coverage. Now, clearly, Adai had a chance for that one, but they have never had a linebacker here in the short term that can run and do the complete coverage, play the run sideline to sideline the way that Gerard Mayo can.
McAfee averaging 50 yards a kick tonight. This is his 7th punt. It's a wobbler. Welker up past the 40. And Welker with a big run back for the Patriots. Inside the 30, staying in bounds, and Welker will take it down to set up a first down and goal. Bad kick, big run back, and that's the way the 3rd quarter ends. Second and goal, and the pass is caught by Randy Moss in the end zone. Touchdown.
Randy Moss is turning this one into no Moss. This is simple. You've seen this one in this game before. Just go down the end zone and throw one up in the air to Randy Moss. Good luck trying to out-jump him at 6'5". It has been a show by the stars of the Patriots tonight.
2006 AFC Championship game would also find Indianapolis facing an uphill climb at home. Down 18 late in the first half, the Colts would charge back and take the lead in the game's final minutes, earning a trip to Super Bowl 41.
Come on, secondary. Come on, Lee. Come on, bud. Hey, y'all too. One more series, baby. Come on, Mayo.
Let's see him out there. Let's see him out there.
And finally, well, almost on cue. Sooner or later, they've got to go back to him. And they do here for a first down of the 40, covered by McGowan. That's a gain of 19. Swap right. And Manning will throw it out there. This time it's Garçon, who was split wide to the right, covered by Bodden, and out of bounds, but not until he picks up a first down. So quickly they get to the Patriots 49-yard line.
Pretty remarkable, really, when Peyton Manning sees a soft spot in the coverage. He finds it almost every time. One of the rare single high coverages that time by the Patriots.
No, Omaha. 59. Hurry.
This is your obligatory Omaha call. And a dive with a nice gain of 9 yards, tackled by Guyton.
You know, this is what the Colts are going to have to do for the rest of this year. You know, they had gotten away from this running game, and I think that you have to acknowledge that to be the Super Bowl champion, you have to have a little balance, and you can see what it does when they start getting back to it. It opens other things up.
Stay on the ground. Give it to Simpson, who looked really good on that one long drive in the first quarter, and he takes it to the 29-yard line.
Oh, when you end up with only 6 people down in the box, you can double team both those tackles and just go right at them.
First down from the 29-yard line. And Manning deep down the sideline, and reaching for it is Garçon for the touchdown. Pierre Garçon, who's had a real good half season, but a spotty game tonight with a big catch and a 29-yard touchdown.
Remember earlier in the game I told you Lee Bodden jumped that slant. I said you will see a double move eventually. That one's called a sluggo, slant and go. And Peyton Manning put it in the memory bank and came back and cashed it in.
When we return, the Colts' comeback hopes take a hit from an opportunistic Patriots D.
Crowd really into it as the Patriots start this drive from their own 20-yard line. And after the play fake, Welker bobbles but recovers and to the 32-yard line. Almost a quintessential play right there, Chris. About a 2-yard pass and 10 yards after the catch.
I tell you what, Tom Brady doesn't miss much either. They came on a slot blitz that time. Brady saw it all the way, and he's just going to raise up and hit Wes Welker right here. Whoops.
Not even 2 yards. He caught it at the line of scrimmage. First and 10 from the 32. And Maroney, nice tackle right there in the middle. That's Gary Brackett stopping him in his tracks. No gain. Second down and 10. And again, they run that same play again. They just ran it, and they run it again. And Welker gets twisted back as he crosses the 35-yard line. It's going to set up a 3rd and 5.
Nice play by Raheem Brock. He's sort of the joker, if you will, in that defense. He moves all over the place in that nickel. And now these fans know this is it. This is the play right here.
5-man rush and caught for a first down. So he goes to Moss. Moss covered by Tim Jennings. All he needed was 5, and Moss is able to get it for him. Winds up picking up 8. First down at their own 45.
As soon as they flanked Kevin Falk out, and you saw the linebacker walk out there with him, Tom Brady knew right now that it was man coverage. He took advantage, came right to his playmaker, and converted a big first down.
Randy Moss has 8 catches tonight, 2 touchdowns. 900 now for his career. Maroney turns a loss into a short gain. Second down, 8. 4-man rush. And they get to Brady as he releases the ball. The ball is alive. Robert Mathis creates what for the moment would have been a fumble, but New England recovers it anyway as Copen winds up on top of the football at the 45-yard line.
Robert Mathis has just had a monster game on the outside working against Nick Kazir. Watch the athleticism to jump for the ball. Good golly. He is the master of that strip sack.
Ooh, boy, yep. Got it out before the arm was coming forward, too, so Copen saving it for New England with the recovery. 3rd and 10. Ticking down to 8 minutes left. Brady, and that may have been tipped as well.
Got him again.
Robert Mathis,
yes,
98. 4th down.
You go with the speed one time, then you come right back with the bull rush. A 245-pound guy just going to jam this big 300-pound tackle right back into Tom Brady, hook his arm, and Robert Mathis has just taken over here in the 4th quarter. What a series of downs by him.
18-yard line, first down. Manning off the fake, going deep, and it is intercepted by Wilhite at the 46-yard line.
My fault, you know, trying to change the route and just didn't quite get it to Reggie in the right manner. So, you know, we had a chance to go down there and get a touchdown or a field goal and make it a 1-score game, and then to give them the ball right back on a turnover. Thank goodness our defense held them to a field goal.
Peyton thought he was going to get a safety blitz and that Reggie Wayne was going to take his guy deep. When he broke it off inside, he had no idea where that ball ended up. Right out here is where it's going to happen. But you could see that Peyton was checking. He saw the safety come down in the slot, thought he was just going to get a single man coverage on the outside, threw it up, and Reggie Wayne didn't see the same thing. We don't see those two guys get confused too often.
Many of Peyton Manning's biggest disappointments have come at the hands of his arch rivals from New England. The 2003 AFC Championship, with the skies emptying down on Foxborough and the Patriots defense swarming, Manning would be picked off 4 times in a 24-14 defeat.
Ball at the 32-yard line, and here's Maroney. And now New England can start to think about taking some time off the clock. 7.5 to go in regulation.
Well, now the significance of holding the Patriots to just a field goal here. You can keep it a 2-score game at that point. Still, obviously, plenty of time when you have quarterbacks like this on the field. Let's see how aggressive the Patriots are going to be here.
2nd and 9. And Brady taking the play clock down to 5. And then that pass is caught by Isaiah Stanback. He's tackled 3 yards shy of the first down with less than 7 minutes to play.
Well, they end up rotating over the top here to Moss's side, so they just come back to the single receiver side, and Isaiah Stanback has definitely contributed in this ball game tonight. They've used him to chip on some of these pass rushers, but he's also caught the ball well.
3rd down and a long yard. And that is Maroney, who is able to pick up the first down to the 20-yard line. Ball is at the 20-yard line. And Brady milking the play clock, and it's caught by Moss. Bill Belichick said it very simply last night, the significance of this game. He told his team, hey, look, if we don't win, we have no chance to catch them. If we win, we're right on their blank.
Well,
you fill in the blank.
Yeah, it is a, this game is always a swing game, isn't it? I mean, when they get together and all the championships that have been won between these two teams, usually somewhere along the way, one team has to beat the other to get there to that championship game.
2nd down and 6. And this is Falk. This will be a big conversion in terms of continuing to take time off that clock. And Brady's under pressure and has to throw it incomplete. So it's 4th down, and they do limit them to a field goal attempt with 4:17 to play. And Indianapolis looking ahead with all of their timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. .36-yard attempt by Steven Gostowski. Hansen to put it down. And that will tack on 3 more.
Way to be great, y'all. Way to be great, man.
With a 6-point lead and time on his side, Bill Belichick makes a call certain to be debated for years to come.
It is short of the first down. It is short. The Colts take over.
Manning will go over the middle, check it down to Adai. And that'll be a 1st down up at the 33-yard line, tackled there by Gerard Mayo. Peyton in the pocket again. And New England will give him all of those that he wants, those little short passes over the middle. Austin Collie tackled by Darius Butler as we tick down to 3.5 minutes to play. And Manning throws. It's a little underthrown, but Collie is able to come back and readjust and get it at the 45-yard line.
It looked like it was going to be one of those middle reads right down the middle of the field. Broke out late, and somehow Peyton timed it up.
3 minutes to play. Manning stepping up. Manning going deep, and it's almost caught. Colley's there, and he's going to get the flag. You've got Darius Butler, the rookie out of Connecticut, who was there, made contact, and draws the flag.
Great play by Austin Collie right there. That's a veteran football play. The ball a little underthrown.
Interference. Defense, number 28. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Ball's a little underthrown, so Collie jumps back into the defender here, Darius Butler, and is going to get the call. By jumping back into him, that's what drew the call. It wasn't that Butler did all that much, but it was Collie who made that play.
Clark in the slot, Wayne to the left, Garcon to the right. Manning throwing over the middle, and that will be caught by Clark, and he'll take the ball to the 4-yard line, 2nd and 1. Butler makes the tackle. Moss shaking his head, 2:43 to go.
If they're going to single up on Dallas Clark, stay with him. He is big enough to beat these corners just with body position alone.
On 2nd and 1. Manning throwing a fade, and they'll throw that one out of the end zone. The coverage that time is good by Wilhite on Wayne, stopping the clock at 2:27, and it'll be 3rd down and 1. So they have to go with the same defensive personnel. They'll give the ball to Adai, and Adai will go into the end zone. Touchdown Colts. And it takes Manning just 1:52 to lead them down the field, and he doesn't have to use a single timeout. So there's still 2:23 on the clock, and they can stop the clock 3 times plus the 2-minute warning.
Peyton Manning spread them out all over the field, and then big Vince Wilfork right here in the middle They just double team him and get him just enough. Trust me, it takes 2 guys to make this block. But as you can see, Drod Mayo just got lost. He couldn't see over the top of the double team and just couldn't find a die to make the play. But what a drive by the Colts. Dallas Clark is going to get the final seal block on the inside, drive his corner right back in. And the Colts, they don't want to see this streak end.
No, I don't think you're onside kick here. That's one of the options. But with 3 clock stoppages and the 2-minute warning, I think you just got to, you have to think your defense, or at least put it in their hands as opposed to an onside kick. That's what I would do anyway.
I agree with that, because remember, a field goal here in this situation would end up putting it at 9 points.
You're out of the game at that point.
And you're out of the game, so
right.
You're better off letting your defense play. They are way up here, too.
But that's a defense that's going to have to stop an offense that has gained 459 yards tonight.
If you can drop it in deep and not have it go in the end zone like that bite, no, you don't want that in the end zone.
But that's where he's put it, with just 1 guy back.
With 2:23 to play, did you think about onside?
Thought about it, yeah, considered it, and also considered who they have at quarterback as well in that situation. And at 2:23, really, you could have maybe, if they recover it, the game may be over.
So there's still 2:23 with all of their timeouts, the 2-minute break, and then New England was set up at the 20-yard line.
Let's see if they shift their help now over to Robert Mathis's side. He's the guy they haven't been able to block the last couple of series. This is the time in the game typically you see Dwight Freeney make a play or 2.
And Brady has to take a timeout. Boy, that's a very uncharacteristic timeout.
We had a miscommunication on the personnel, so we just wanted to make sure we had it right. And yeah, that's what it was.
That's weird. I mean, to start a drive with a timeout.
How good is this series, though, between these 2 teams? I mean, every time you see them take the field and 34-28, offensive touchdowns, sprinting up and down the field, it's just one of the great series that the NFL has to offer.
As we said at the beginning, most of these games have lived up to the hype. Winning team in each of the last 3 confrontations coming from behind. Only time the Colts had the lead tonight, it was early. It was 7-0. Then New England scored 24 unanswered points. And right now it's a 6-point game, and they start on the ground with Kevin Falk. And the Colts will take a timeout. 2nd down and 10.
Find Randy Moss and you'll find the answer. Moss or Welker, they're both going to Tom Brady's left.
Moss outside, Jennings on him. Now Welker comes to the right side in the slot. You've got Watson slotted left. Fake the run, go to the outside, and that's caught. And then Welker gets upended at the 27-yard line. And now a timeout again taken by Indianapolis with a gigantic 3rd and 2 coming up.
Well, that time when Wes Welker went in motion across the formation, Tom Brady saw all he needed to see. Nobody walked out there with him. You've got Clint Session basically trying to cover one of the best slot receivers in the game. Forget that, one of the best slot receiver in the game, and Brady goes right to him. This combination of Randy Moss and Wes Welker, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Randy Moss with the most touchdowns during the course of the time that he's been in New England, and Wes Welker with the most catches in the league during that time he's been with New England.
So here is a huge play. 3rd and 2. Colts have 1 timeout. 2-minute warning is imminent. 2:11. Then Jarvis Green Ellis is the back. Brady comes up in the shotgun. Colts dancing at the line. Here they come. Pressure. Pass incomplete. Gerard Powers on a blitz came in and forced it.
I knew Tom liked to look for West on those, look to West on those type of key situations. You know, West usually comes over big plays, and you know, my whole mindset was just don't let him catch the ball, don't let him catch the ball. And I sort of read his route and jumped it. You know, probably should have had a pick and thought I had a good chance at it, but it was a big stop.
New England at least lining up as if they're going to go for it. I can't believe that, though. They're going to take a timeout. They're going to take a timeout. New England is before a 4th down and 2. So Powers with the coverage. Pressure was put on that time to force Brady's pass with 2:08 and almost an interception.
Wow. He catches that and he scores. That young man's put on a great show tonight. He really is. If they go for this, I am going to be absolutely stunned. I should never be stunned by Bill Belichick. Maybe he just feels like his defense is too gassed and they can't match up with Peyton Manning at this point. He saw how quickly they went down the field. He's going for the win right here.
I'm stunned times 5 if he does. 4th and 2. With nothing else, trying to draw Indianapolis offside. And they really do go for it. And do they make it? Yes, the catch is made. And where is the spot going to be? Kevin Falk is there. The catch is made.
Here's what happened. Kevin Falk was bobbling the ball. So instead of getting forward progress, they marked him down where he actually landed on the ground.
I thought we could make the yard. Thought we had a good play. We completed it, and I don't know how we could not get a yard on that completion, but I guess we did.
We had a couple chances there on 3rd and 2 and then 4th and 2, and you know, we've been working on that play for a long time, and we came up half-yard short.
I don't know why he went for it. I mean, I'm pretty sure he thought we could get it, so I don't know why. I don't know why he went for it, though.
Whenever you go for it on 4th down in that situation, we got to make a play. I mean, it even happens in video games. you go for it on 4th down when you're not supposed to, something bad happens.
Hey, give them credit. They made the play. Colts made a nice play there.
You know, Coach being aggressive, and I love that about him, and he gave us a chance to make the play, and like I said, sometimes you come up a little bit short, and we did.
We give boys to go out there and execute the play and convert on, 3rd or 4th down, and that's our opportunity to do something about it, and we didn't do it.
When you see him going for it on 4th down, I can't lie. Obviously, you sort of get a little nervous because you realize, hey, that they might, obviously, you might get a short field, but the game might be over.
It's the difference between winning and losing. That's the way it goes when you play the Colts.
We thought we could win the game on that play. If we picked up that play, then we would have been able to either run out the clock or run out most all the clock. And that was a yard that I was confident that we could get.
After the break, with seconds remaining, Peyton Manning looks to finish what he started.
Left side caught! Touchdown!
We're back. Belichick cannot challenge that. Remember, he took 2 timeouts on this drive. One before they started the 1st down play. The other one they determined what they're going to do on 4th down. So there's no challenge. It's juggled. It's spotted. It would have been extremely close. But there's no way they can challenge it. And since it happened on the front side of the 2-minute warning, there's no booth review. Instead, Indianapolis takes over at the 29-yard line. And we talked about those timeouts and how it could come back to kill him. Now we'll find out. The ball is at the 29. Manning will throw it. Manning will throw it complete to Wayne at the 14-yard line.
We used to have a minute and 30 seconds from the 30, the opposite 30. So we usually have to go 70 yards in practice. So whenever we get it, on the 20 plus 20, it seemed like it was a bonus.
This is all or nothing, obviously, at this point.
If they need it, Indianapolis has 1 timeout. Patriots out of timeouts. Think there'll be a few things to talk about after this game? Holy mackerel. Through the middle, a guy to the 1-yard line. Tackled by Wilhite.
Right back to the touchdown play again. They're just taking the big defensive lineman right here with a double team. Vince Wilfork, one of the most powerful guys in the league, but we talked about the lack of depth. These guys are wearing down now for New England.
45 seconds from the 1. A dive. No. Stacked up. 2nd and goal. Under a half minute.
We need that end zone. We need that end zone.
Manning for the end zone. Wayne, touchdown.
Reggie called the last play. He wanted we threw a fade route to him earlier, and they defended it well. So I was going to throw the fade again, and he wanted the slant. He'd been setting him up, and it's just kind of crowded in there because there's some other guys in there. The guy covering Dallas, and so you always kind of err, extending him upfield, and he just kept fighting through and made a great, extended catch. And it's hard for me to say it's his best catch ever because he's made so many, but sure was timely.
I've been running pretty much, takeoffs all game. So I thought that would have been the ideal time to change it up a little bit. And we had just threw a fade earlier, the drive before, and was unsuccessful. And I just wanted to kind of do the same thing, but convert the fade into a slant route, and it worked for us.
Veteran football players like Reggie Wayne remain patient in clutch situations. Did not rush that. The patience of that route is what won the day. And for Bill Belichick, this will be a decision they discussed for a long, 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 long time.
This is our house. This is our house.
And what is so stunning is that not only is Belichick a great coach, but through the years we've seen him so many times, their clock management is normally very good. Their strategy is very good. They make so many right decisions, and this was just stunning. Not only to go for it on 4th down as the play is replayed right here, but to waste those 2 timeouts on the front side and leave yourself nothing at the end.
I know Peyton Manning's good, but to leave the ball on a 4th down at the 30-yard line, or at least have the possibility of that happening, to me is outrageous.
2 yards into the end zone, Slater. And that kind of puts a coda on what just happened to New England. Speaking of coda, that's Cody Glenn who plants him with 9 seconds. Where do you begin to tell the story of this one?
Out of all the great moments this defense has had in New England, that Bill Belichick didn't trust him with that lead in that situation is unprecedented.
So they're 9 ticks away from an 18th straight regular season win. Brady throws over the middle. This is Rucker. He just has to get rid of the ball and try to keep it alive, and the clock runs out.
I mean, it's tough, I mean, you go out there and you play really well and you got the whole game, and then to let it slip like that is it's bad on our part, and it's got to be better.
By no means were we perfect, but we just made the plays where we needed to make the plays, and we hung in there, and we played a tough team tonight.
It was a heck of a football game. Obviously a tough loss. I thought we did a lot of things well. In the end, we just came up a little bit short. I don't know, a few inches or a foot or whatever it was. So give the Colts credit. So the Colts are the Colts. They got a good football team, and it's about as close as you can get.
It ranks right up there, I guess, with some of the real shootouts that we've had. When you think about the comeback versus Tampa in 2003, I think it was, and then down in Houston, we had a pretty good sized deficit to bounce back in a short period of time there. This one was a memorable one.
This is Pat's Colts, and that's enough said. You got to expect instant classics every time we face off.
Things looked a little bleak, overcame some adversity, hung in there together, no bickering, right? Yep. No dissension. Right. Good focus. both sides of the ball, kicking game in, heck of a win. Now that's an instant classic, right? That's an instant classic.